Democrats I talked to don't know for sure, but they do hope and expect that Dennis Kucinich will be a yes vote. Joining us now, two of the key vote counters in the Congress, House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer for the Democrats, House Republican Whip Eric Cantor. And let's get right to it, Leader Hoyer. It takes 216 votes to pass. How many do you have today?
Well, I don't have a precise number. And if I did, I probably wouldn't give it to you, Mr. O. Stephanopoulos. But having said that, we think we'll get the votes. On every major piece of legislation we passed over the last year, the press was right up to the last minute. Do you have the votes? Do you have the votes? We said we think we do, and yes, we did. We think we'll have the votes when the roll is called.
And Congressman Cantor, you put out a memo in late February where you did a vote count for the Democrats. You did their work for them, showed them coming up very short, and you had a conclusion, and we want to show our viewers that conclusion. Speaker Pelosi will not be able to muster the votes needed to pass a Senate reconciliation bill in the House. Do you still stand by that conclusion?
George, I would say that so far that prediction is accurate. Obviously, they don't have the votes yet. I know they're working very hard. The problem is, I think there's a lot of uncertainty still surrounding this bill, and frankly, the American people, I think there's a better way. We've been working on this health care bill for a year. The latest news about this health care bill is perhaps there is an additional cost that it would push the bill over $1 trillion, which would result in yet more Medicare cuts to seniors. So again, I think there's a lot of uncertainty. People are very frightened about the cost of this bill, and I believe that's why there's so much difficulty.
That's some of the speculation.
George, let me say in terms of doubt. In fact, since the president addressed the nation on health care, the support has gone up 18 points, and a Wall Street Journal poll that just came out shows a majority of those responding indicate they're for the bill. An Economist poll showed the same thing just a week ago. So we think support is growing for this bill as they see what we're doing, putting Americans, a small business, in charge of their insurance, not the insurance companies, opening up, making transparent markets, making sure that pre-existing conditions can't preclude people from getting insurance.
Let me just stop you right there.
All those reforms we think are good.
We got a lot to get to, and I know that actually that NBC Wall Street Journal poll has a mixed message on the Democratic plan today. But there's also a controversy this morning over this procedure you're contemplating using, where you would deem the Senate bill passed in the rule for this reconciliation bill. I know there's some precedent for seeing this done, but some constitutional scholars are now saying that is unconstitutional. And with legislation so divisive and so consequential to so many people, wouldn't it be better to have a clean up or down vote on the Senate bill?
We're going to have a clean up or down vote on the Senate bill. That'll be on the rule. This is a procedure, by the way, that was used almost 100 times under Newt Gingrich and over 100 times by Speaker Hastert, which my friend Mr. Cantor supported most of the time, if not all the time. So this is not an unusual procedure. We're going to vote on a rule. It's simply like a conference report. Conference report comes back, you vote on it with amendments. Unfortunately, the Republicans are a little bit like the boy who killed his two parents and then wants sympathy because they're an orphan. They've tried to stop the passage of this bill, slowed it up, wouldn't agree to go to conference. So what we're going to do is report out what essentially is a conference report with amendments. So we'll vote on the Senate bill in the rule, and then we will amend the Senate bill in the process that it's called forget about what the process is called, but a process that the Republicans use 72% of the time that it's been used.
Respond to that, Congressman Cantor. It does sound like the Democratic leaders have made a decision to deem the Senate bill passed inside the rule. Republicans have used this process before.
Sure, George. This is a process that you can avoid a direct up or down vote on a bill. And again, when you're dealing with a bill like this that will cost $1 trillion and it will affect health care for every man, woman, and child in this country, I don't think you can fool the public. I mean, this is an attempt to hide the vote. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Yes, Steny is right. You know, the rules of the House allow for this type of deeming provision. It's called a self-executing provision, which means that once the bill, the rule for the next bill passes, the Senate bill automatically is deemed as having passed. Yeah. But again, why do that? I mean, this is so big. I mean, we should have an up or down vote, not hide the vote.
One second, let me interrupt you both. We have 10 seconds left.
To go to conference.
We have 10 seconds left. Quick question for each of you. Congressman Cantor, will you file a constitutional challenge if they use this procedure? And Congressman Hoyer, are you going to get Congressman Kucinich today? Yes or no?
I'm not a constitutional lawyer, so I don't know about the constitutionality. I do know it is an attempt to hide the vote on this $1 trillion health care bill.
They used it 100 times when they were in charge. And with respect to Congressman Kucinich, I think he needs to make that announcement himself. I'm not going to make it for him.
Okay, gentlemen.